If you've been going to church, reading devotionals, and spending time in prayer and God's presence, but still feel like you're just going through the motions and that your relationship with Christ lacks vibrancy, it's possible you're connecting with God on a soul level rather than a spirit level. Your soul, where your mind, emotions, and will reside, often responds to circumstances with feelings that can mislead or overwhelm. But your spirit, the part of you created to connect with God, allows you to fellowship with the Holy Spirit in an attitude of worship and surrender. When you learn to connect to the Lord with your spirit, you will find you are able to release your burdens and troublesome thoughts. It will take some practice and determination. To walk in this deeper spirit-to-spirit connection with God, you must cultivate spiritual sensitivity and discipline. This is not about emotions, intellect, or willpower. It is about surrendering to the Holy Spirit and allowing Him to lead you into divine intimacy. How do you make this shift? 1. Quiet your soul. Set aside distractions, silence internal noise, and focus your heart fully on Him. Then begin by praising the Lord and thanking Him for His mercy, goodness, grace, love, the sacrifice of His body, His loving kindness, His promises, and for sharing the power in His name and His blood with us. Ask the Holy Spirit, your helper, to help you and teach you how to pray with understanding, power, and boldness. Don't be afraid to ask. Raise your voice and lift up your hands. It's liberating. But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, He will teach you all things. John chapter 14, verse 26, the Amplified Bible. See also Psalm 91, verses 1 through 3. 2. Pray in the Spirit. One of the most powerful ways to move beyond the soul and into the Spirit is by praying in tongues. When you do, your spirit communicates directly with God, bypassing the limitations of your intellect. 3. Live in worship and surrender. True worship comes from the Spirit, not the soul. Jesus said, "God is spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and truth." John chapter 4, verse 24. Set aside time daily to worship God, not just with music, but with a lifestyle of surrender. 4. Follow the Holy Spirit's promptings. The Spirit speaks in a still, small voice. 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 12. As you practice listening and obeying, you will develop a sensitivity to His leading. The more you yield, the more your spirit will take the lead over your soul.